There's no sense in you getting involved in this.
What are you going to do?
Whatever I have to, Vicky. Hello, I am Joel Sharpton, one half of the Articulate Coven. This is my watch of Dark Shadows, the original supernatural soap opera. We're all the way up to episode 65, just 5 away from the end of season 2. Those season markings are kind of arbitrary. They're based on, we figured out a while back, they're based on the DVD sets, actually, would be released in batches of 35 episodes. And so that's where our season markers fall. But this should be a very exciting episode. We have a confrontation coming between Burke and Elizabeth Stoddard, and that alone should be worth the watch today. If you're watching these on YouTube, I will remind you, you can get the next batch, 66, 67, 68, already up on our Patreon today, articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free. $5 or more a month get you access to vote on choices about things that we cover in future episodes of Articulate Coven and future videos we make here on our YouTube channel. And $10 or more a month gets you the ability to suggest topics for those votes when they come up. Right now we're doing some Merrick episodes, book club about the novel by Anne Rice, Merrick. And we're also doing episodes on movie nights, like we just did Death Becomes Her. We've got Dracula's Daughter on the way. We've got The Witch by Robert Eggers, as well as his Nosferatu and the original Murnau Nosferatu. We're also going to do Poor Things with Emma Stone. So catch all of those at articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free. And if you're not in a position to support the show, we do appreciate you watching here on YouTube or listening wherever you listen to podcasts. Let's get in episode 65.
Upstairs?
I would like you to leave my house.
Not until I've seen Roger.
We saw a boom mic shadow there on the edge of the scene. Gaffes like that are pretty common in the show. And again, if you are just joining us recently and maybe like me, you had never watched the show before, some of our viewers who have watched this show since they were a kid or watched it originally when it was on TV, they have told us that gaffes like that were super common. And the reason was because this thing was shot at a breakneck pace, right? You got to remember it's a daily soap opera. So they're shooting 5 a week, and they were literally turning the cameras around and handing them over to the local news that was filming in the same area. So anyway, it's why we get a lot of line flubs, because you just wouldn't take a second take on it. It's why we get things like the microphone boom being dropped into the frame there.
I did not force my way in here, and I am not going to leave. You opened the door and I came in. I'm going to stay here until Roger gets back.
That's pretty good cold open, I'd say. So the question is, will Roger show up this episode? I say yes, but probably not until the end of the thing, unfortunately. I don't think we're going to get such a resolution in this one that there's another confrontation between Roger and Burke directly, with Elizabeth as referee, one would guess, I guess.
Mrs. Stoddard, my old man wasn't as such a big shot around this town as yours was. He didn't know that.
Here's one of those line flubs we were just discussing about.
There's no point in your seeing Roger. You know it.
You wouldn't be nervous about this, would you?
What do you hope to accomplish, Burke?
I mean, he hopes to get Roger to admit that he killed Bill Malloy. I don't know that he's going to be able to do that, because Roger's a slippery little so-and-so.
Are we back to the handyman again?
Oh, no, I can do much better than that, Burke. The sheriff called me this evening. He told me you might try something like this.
Oh, I see. I'm the dangerous man in this town. The destroyer of the peace and calm.
I mean, yes, Burke, you are. Now, sometimes peace is pled for on behalf of those that have caused injustice. In this case, that's sort of the case. Roger stirred up shit. Roger's the one that caused all of this in the first place. The fact that Burke is crying out for justice to be served is keeping from the peace. That's true, but he's not wrong in his pursuit.
Miss Evans, I have no desire to discuss Burke, Devlin, or anyone else with you. I merely want to know where your father is. Well, do you know where?
Speak of the devil.
Never mind. Thank you very much.
All right, so there's 4 of our players for tonight. We've got Elizabeth and Burke back at the house, and Roger and Sam here at the Blue Well. This is an interesting angle of the Blue Well that I don't think we've seen before, by the way.
You're an elusive man, Evans.
Obviously, not quite elusive enough.
There's nothing funny in that.
Oh, but there is. You know it, and I know it. The only time he was a friend of you was when he very conveniently died.
Okay, I'm doubling down here about halfway in on my theory that Roger is not going to connect with these two tonight. I think that that's going to be put off for at least the next episode, probably longer than that, honestly. My guess is that they stay at the whale the whole time. Who will be our 5th? Is it Carolyn from upstairs? That's going to be my guess.
Roger, I do wish you'd sit down. After all, you are a guest. I mean, Bert, please. You're a guest in my house, and I'd like you to be comfortable.
She called him Roger and then suggested that Roger was a guest in the house, huh?
I'm really interested. After all, I've known you since you were a young boy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's our 5th. It wasn't Carolyn. It was Victoria instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Sam and Roger back at the bar. And again, I'm doubling down. Roger's not going to come home tonight.
Burke, the last time I saw you, you weren't exactly planning a social tea at Collinwood.
No, I wasn't.
He's still not planning a social tea.
There's no sense in you getting involved in this.
What are you going to do?
Whatever I have to, Vicky.
And you told me you convinced Burke. Well, maybe you did. But I'm not entirely sure that you've convinced me.
Roger's so full of crap, his eyes are brown. And that's hard to tell in a black and white TV show, folks.
I'm sure you realized how interesting it would seem, both to Burke and the police, if I hurriedly left town during the investigation of Bill Malloy's murder.
That had nothing to do with it.
That's exactly what it was. Thank goodness Sam figured it out. Yeah, man, if you run, then Roger pins everything on you and everybody agrees with him, because that's what it looks like.
Evans, I'm offering you several $1,000s.
Keep it. When Burke comes to you, you may need it.
I mean, he's right.
Quite like it used to be in the past, but I'm delighted you still enjoy being here.
Mrs. Stoddard, couldn't we drop all this nonsense about having tea?
No way. Roger's actually going to get... Well, it's the end of the episode. Of course he's going to walk in now.
I was just about to serve tea.
Who is it?
Someone we both knew we had to see sooner or later. Rick Devlin.
You'll have to see him a little later, huh, Raj? All right. Not nearly the resolution that I thought we'd get in episode 65, but still, we are rounding the bases here to wrap up episode 70, which will be the end of season 2, and then marching towards 100 before you know it. If you're watching this on YouTube, first of all, thank you for watching these, and thank you for your comments and your feedback on my reactions. If you are watching there, though, you can get the next 3 episodes on our Patreon, articulatecoven.com. /join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free. And these videos will already be up there, the next batch. You'll have 3 waiting on you right now. So check that out if you want to. Help us reach 50 paid patrons by the time we get to our anniversary in May. And join me again for the next episode right here on my watch of the original supernatural soap opera, Dark Shadows. Thanks, everybody.